So lately we've been getting a lot of inquiries from business owners looking to refinance debt they currently hold with the ATO and refinancing this to a bank or non-bank loan facility. So I thought I'd do a few videos on this topic because it's obviously something that's a pain point for a lot of business owners. And I guess the first question that a lot of people might ask is, why would you actually want to refinance away from the ATO? So there's a few reasons for this. One is a recent change that came into effect July 1st. So previously to July 1st, if you had debt to the ATO, say you owed them $100,000 for example, the interest you paid on that debt was tax deductible. The ATO is probably getting quite fed up with people carrying quite large debts to them. And so as of July 1st, the debt you have to the ATO is no longer tax deductible. However, confirm this with your accountant, but generally speaking, if you take out a business loan and that business loan is used to pay off the ATO, that business loan, because it's a business loan, not an ATO loan, is generally going to be considered tax deductible. And so there can be quite an advantage from a taxation point of view that didn't exist previously. So a second reason why a lot of people would want to, I guess, get away from owing the ATO money is that it's quite an aggressive creditor. So that comes in two forms. One being that when you agree to a payment plan with the ATO, typically your repayments are going to be done over 12 or 24 months. So what that means is if you're paying off $100,000, $200,000, whatever it may be, the ATO, that can be quite a heavy cash flow hit that's coming out each month, coming from your bank account towards the ATO. And by refinancing that to a longer term loan, you're going to reduce the cash flow pressure on your business. The second part of that is that the ATO is quite an aggressive creditor in that if you're not in a payment plan with them, they're not someone that you want to lend money to because they've got a lot of powers that banks and other creditors might not have in terms of being able to get the money back off you. So in an ideal world, you don't owe the ATO money, but if you do, you want to make sure you're on good terms with them on a payment plan because they can take action to make sure they get the money back. And the final reason a lot of people will do refinance the ATO debt is that it can be getting in the way of other transactions. So typically banks don't like it when you've got ATO debt, but they may not mind if you've got business debt. And so if you're applying for a home loan, you're applying for a business loan, you're applying for all kinds of different kinds of lending, the existence of ATO debt on your balance sheet can actually prevent you from being able to be approved from this finance. Whereas having that ATO debt, the same loan amount, but in the structure of a business loan, may allow you to get the funding you're after. So those are kind of the common reasons we're getting. I'll do a couple of follow-up posts on, I guess, how we actually structure this lending, and there's a couple of ways we look at it.